Hello, sorry for being gone for so long. This finals week for all the people. I'm people in college understand what I'm talking about when I mean finals week. We all understand. So we went through a little bit of hell. We had to stop for a little bit of time, but we're back, and we're back at what if I made my own villain. Last time we left off, we talked about our character's backstory, particularly why his name is, but we didn't explain why his name is different between characters. Some call him Max, but I introduced him as Michael first. Throughout the entire history, he's changed his name multiple different times. But he keeps on coming back to one particular name, Max. He likes it. Sounds old a little bit, but also still good. But Max, it wasn't his original name. As we talked about that, we went into like him going into the ship, going to the villain convention, him saying like, "Oh, you guys are idiots," but also explaining why he needs to take those vials. It's him to console his urges. Also explaining why, how, what he is. He was a combination of vampire, human, and let me think. Mermaid. But because of the combination, he's always hungering for human blood, but also human flesh. And it's hard for him to keep on going without the needles, but he has to keep on making new ones. Talked about his girl a little bit. Then when he went back to his base, we found out he had a little girl underneath his care. And that's where we ended off last time. Let's restart the what if. As he's carrying the little girl, as the little girl has already fell asleep back onto his shoulders. As he's walking, as he orders two of his bots, open the doors. As we open them up, as we see that he's on a mountaintop. It kind of breaching the surface between the sky itself and where the actual earth stands. As he's looking down, as the cold wind is going, as he's looking down at the city right below him, that's kind of creviced up around this hill section, mountain, more of a mountain section. As he looks down, as he sees city after city after city, as he looks in the viewpoint, as he hears the girl. Wow. It's so high up. Yes, it is, my darling. Maria. Yes? Dad? You are a queen. Remember this. You are going to rule this castle when I die. Dad, don't say that. You won't. I eventually will. And you must rule. So, it's time to start. Plan number 1 for villainy. Dad, let's not do villainy today. We did villainy yesterday. We're planning out villainy, not doing villainy. It's a different question. As they go back into the base, as the door gets shut, as she gets dropped. Let's start with breakfast first. Let's go breakfast. As ding clicks, he grabs out a vial and stubs it into his neck and re-ejects to the point where he has, and then clicks back 30 seconds. As he leans down a little bit. Breakfast. Perfect. He snaps his fingers as one of the robots pop up right beside Master. What do you need? Waffles. Waffles, yes. As you like it, mistress? A little bit of whipped cream? He looks down. No whipped cream. Dad? No whipped cream. As he blitzes off, going to make waffles as he opens the door as it starts getting to the laboratory. The laboratory is basically a massive technology area where all the evil weapons are, as Maria looks at all of it and says, "So, what is our project is today?" As he hands her some technology, just a little bit, like a pieces and chunks that we don't really know what it's all going to fall into, and hands her some tools and just says, "It's your job to make one now. I'm going to be working on some coding projects over here. Your job to finish out what that must look like. You can use anything you want. Except my stuff, obviously." Figure it out. As he starts working a little bit, as she starts you hearing the build, as all you hear is boom. Shit. She's here. As she starts working. Is it Monday already? Yeah, it's Monday. Oh. And we're late. It's like 8:30. I noticed. As a robot pops up with a little bit of pancakes. And actually waffles. She popped up waffles. And then you spread a little bit of whipped cream on the top. He looks over. So one of the robots bows and says, Master, the mistress mother, grandmother, is present and is asking for her child to be delivered to the front gate. Distract her as best as possible for like 20 more minutes. Sir, I will try my best. As the door gets shut, you hear a locking mechanism says, like, this will never work, right? She's like incredibly strong. I know it is. And you don't fight her. I noticed. And you don't really like talking to her even, so why do you do this waiting game thing? As you hear a kaboom, as you hear a fist hitting like metal as it cracks, and then rips open a door as you hear a scream of like an old woman voice, like kind of crackly, but you hear it like say, "Vlad, if you do not bring her here now, I will destroy your entire base." As he smiles and just says, "I guess it's time." As Maria says, "But it's just for a day. Always Monday, she wants you to come and feel what a hero is like. You deal with me over Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But she wants to see what you know about heroics." As you hear the woman's voice as it smashes through a robot. "But, I don't want to be a hero. It doesn't seem as fun." "I know. Boring, right?" But as he picks him up as the door unlocks, as you see the woman smash one of his robots as it flies 30 feet. "Vlad, every single Monday, you're late. And every single time I have to come in here and destroy your stuff. I would think you'd be once in your miserable life on time." As Maria says, "Hey, don't be mean." As it says, "Maria, it's too..." As Vlad smiles, which just says, "Maria's correct. Do not insult me. I always give a good attempt to wait you off." As Maria's headed over to his grandmother. You see a really white-haired woman, incredibly freaking muscular, as you see still some black strands in her hair that was when she was a lot younger, but now they're mostly white. Her eyes are bright blue, same as Maria. Maria's are both bright blue, as Vlad's is red as can be. You should know that I'm going to bust in. I says, I know, but I can always do an attempt. As she blasts off, as Maria is taken into the wind, as she says, I really gotta work on this. As he snaps his fingers, rebuild the door, figured out we can make it harder so she can't just bust in. As she opens the door, as you start working on projects. As we go to Maria and her grandmother. Some backstory of this. Maria, when she was born, I put the hashtag. You can't see my fingers because it's dark, but born is in the hashtags. Instantaneously, her grandmother was there. And she saw her birth, and she gave immortal rights to it. Meaning that every Monday, on between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night, her bedtime, she gets to show Maria what heroism is. What, like, how to become a hero, all the stuff, and things like that. Vlad gets her between Tuesday and Saturday. That's what's their deal. And Maria doesn't really like the deal. She doesn't like to become a hero, and she sees the politics involved with it and actually hates it. Same as Vlad. He doesn't become a hero he doesn't want to become a hero not because he couldn't be. He actually he likes saving people in a way. He hates the politics, and he also hates the people involved. As Maria's grandmother's flying, as he says, why don't you 1 hour, 8 o'clock? 7 is so early, as it's 1 more hour away from you, as she turns around more like a backstroke if you ever do swimming, unless like a Superman position, and holding on to Maria as the wind kind of covers her face. It's blows it off with one of her, just a quick blow. That sounds so bad. As 1 hour away from you, my small little dear, would be painful already enough to hear that Vlad is torturing you just a little bit more. Don't insult my dad like that. He's doing a great job. It says, yeah, I can tell. As she does kind of this flip in the air as she lands straight down onto a building. Not damaging it in any way. Just kind of conquering it as she sits Maria down, as Maria now is holding a jacket. And her putting on a jacket because it's a little bit cold. A little cute little jacket. And she's like, but Dad is so good. He teaches me so many cool things. And Grandma teaches him cool things too. As they start walking about, as she starts talking about, as right now they're in the Hero Academy, meaning the hero school. And Maria and her grandmother is now visiting it to show Maria what all these places are. Basically showing her what the Hero Academy does, what is it help out, how do you get into it, as Maria's already super strong and super fast because of Vlad genetics. Not counting the second genetic code that we haven't even mentioned yet. So she could easily go into the Hero Academy. As we cut to a different class. Class 1. As there are a bunch of high-ranking heroes. How the classes are ranked is 1 through 100. There's 100 different classes of different levels. So level 100 English, and how this school works in a sense is not like a normal school. It's not you have to do English, you have to do science. It's not like that. That's previous schools. They teach you all those background elements before you go into this school. And they teach you in a college level kind of thing. This school teaches you how to become a hero, how to control your powers, and how to actually use them for heroics. Uh, then there's 1 through 100. 1 is the best of the best, like top of heroes. And level 100 is the weakest. You can climb through the rankings by showing your growth or by defeating people with higher levels. So there's kind of a battle system involved with badges. You can fight someone who is stronger than you in a higher class than you, and if you beat them, you go to that higher class. What you're trying to get is to class 1. If you can get to class 1, that's the highest level. Plus, you're going to get better like hero management and stuff like that, and you're going to get better training equipment. Not a lot of people do. They usually get into class 1 and they don't drop down, or they rocket to class 1 instantaneously. No one usually does that slow growth. As class 1 heroes are listening in to their teacher as they hear someone say the word Vlad, as they all kind of shiver. Everyone knows who Vlad is. Vlad is a monster to them, and kind of this scary little beast, as they all look over to whoever said it, as it's a little girl. As it's Miss America. As all of them stand up and kind of salute her. She's like, lean down. Calm down. Here just to show my, just to show my little girl around. Just so it's like, oh, was she adopted? Like, I thought you were like 60. It's like instantaneously gets punched into the face. It's like, no. It's she's just she's my granddaughter. As you know, pieces come in place as all of them like see Maria like holding on to her grand. Like some of the girls are like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. As like, who's your dad? As instantaneously she says, Max. My dad's name is Max. Max, that's is he a hero? No, he's not a hero. As she's like, hey, maybe, oh, his name is you probably get it closer by Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracul. As all of them stare at this little girl who just said that her father is the #1 terrible villain in the world. This cute little girl. It's just, and this is where we're going to end off the What If Now. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.